Love eating non-veg, right? Whether it is a certain Tuesday, Thursday or Saturday, your hearts come out crying out for that non-veg dish, to have just a glimpse of your favorite non-veg dishes, or just a mouthful of your delicious chicken, mutton or fish is simply a yearning that grows all the more during these vegetarian days. However, even if we plan to have a quick snack out of the non-veg dishes, there are times that we don't manage to find them at our homes these days. But that's no more of an issue in today's world. Yes, with the birth of Licious, fresh meat and fish is no more a scarcity now. Whether you love chicken, mutton, fish, eggs or cold cuts, Licious is always there besides you to deliver at your doorsteps the best products. The direct to consumer meat and seafood brand has been announced the first unicorn company from the D2C segment and the 29th unicorn of the country in 2021. Licious joined the Unicorn Club on October 5th, 2020. Abhay said at a conference that he once called Gupta home for lunch and ordered a chicken dish from a XYZ company. When the food arrived, it was packed in a sewn papdi box and it was dripping, stinking, and had half green, half brown meat that splashed on the fancy venture capitalist clothes of Gupta. It was messy and appetizing to say the least. It didn't take the duo long to realize that the chicken they were having was of poor quality, and Anjura became successful in explaining to Gupta why they needed a good quality meat brand that can deliver to the last mile. They agreed that they had to put some life into the dead chicken. It was the basis on which Abhay and Vivek Gupta decided to become entrepreneurs. They believe that meat is a product that evokes an emotional response, and there wasn't a player in the country who was organizing the space to cater these cravings. Hence, they started their venture on September 2015. Licious chose a simple mission statement: we won't sell what we won't eat ourselves. It is this simple credo that has been the driving force at the company and continues to be so 5 years down the line. Licious today has forged partnerships with 180 vendors, has 27 delivery centers. It has built contractual agreements with large institutional meat vendors who are trained in managing livestock and meat handling techniques according to international standards. It also has the food safety certification FSSC 22000 certified. The company serves the best fresh and clean fish, chicken, meat, and eggs online. Licious works on a farm to fork model, owning the entire back end supply chain and the cold chain. A separate recipe section is also present in their app. It helps the customers to cook delicious dishes and also teaches them the exotic chef style dishes. The Licious team chooses high quality meat from the farmers, and the selected meat is then sent to the processing lab. In the processing lab, the meat goes through a rigorous quality inspection and only the high quality meat is retained. The selected meat is then cut into different cuts and sent to various delivery centers across the cities. At the delivery center, whenever a customer places an order on the Licious app, the delivery executive at the delivery center starts packing the order in delicious boxes. The delivery executive then picks up that box and goes out for delivery. Licious claims that it delivers its order in 90 to 120 minutes. The incredible growth during the pandemic didn't come on its own. Much went behind the scenes, especially in cracking the supply chain, which had three critical components. First was getting hold of raw meat. The initial days of lockdown not only shut down everything but also ensured confusion regarding movement of commercial vehicles. Poultry owners hit hard by shutting down of hotels, restaurants and local markets were in a fix as demand suddenly vanished. The second problem was taking care of factories, which not only had to be run but had to run safely without letting the virus in. Lastly, Licious had to ensure that the delivery channel it has its own set of riders and doesn't depend on online food aggregators like Swiggy and Zomato were safe and had not contracted the virus. The big question was never about demand, it was always about supply. Hanjura explains the black comedy. Four things in India are sold in black polythene bags: condoms, liquor, sanitary towels, and meat. It's a reflection of the socio-cultural baggage in India, he says. Ironically, for the Kashmiri Pandit who decided to quit his high-paying job to turn a branded butcher, the prospects looked bleak. His father threatened to disown him publicly. His father's fear of getting stigmatized by society hardened Ranjura's resolve, but he decided to fight the cultural hypocrisy, adding that he had to pay an emotional price. For the next 3 years, till February 2018, when he and his co-founder were invited by the Harvard Business School for an address, his father didn't disclose his profession to anybody. It was the same story for Gupta, but with a twist. The co-founder comes from a hardcore vegetarian family. His dad's problem was not with the meat business. What will I tell my friends and relatives was his problem. If someone turns vegan, he explains, it's a moment of pride. But if a vegetarian guy has to eat meat, he has to hide and eat. For the co-founder of India's biggest branded meat and seafood business, entertaining any thoughts of cooking meat at home are still banned. The duo wanted to create a brand in meat. Reason: every product and commodity was getting branded. Water has Bisleri, wheat flour has Ashirwad, for milk there is Amul, curd has Mother Dairy, there is MDH for spices, and even a brand for dosa batter. But where was a brand for meat? Asks Gupta, adding that India consumes meat worth over rupees 3 lakh crore every year. The day the black polythene bag is completely discarded from the industry would be our biggest achievement, says Hanjura. Till then, the duo will keep fighting fear, stigma, and hypocrisy. Licious has raised a total of 338.5 million in funding. That includes the latest funding round by IIFL AMC's late stage tech fund, which shot the company's valuation to cross the $1 billion mark. With this recent infusion, Licious became the first unicorn company from the D2C segment and the 29th unicorn of India. While all product categories saw growth, the ready-to-cook and ready-to-eat categories contributed significantly to the revenue. Licious has been successful in amassing more than 1 million unique customers to date. The average basket size is Rs 700. The company has enjoyed a repeat purchase rate of 90% and continues to enjoy the same. In the first year, the company collected revenue of Rs 1.47 crores. In financial year 2019-20, the revenue collected was Rs 180 crores. Since its inception, Licious claims to have grown at a CAGR of 300% year on year. The company also reduced its net losses by 66% to 146.3 crore rupees in financial year 2019-20 from 438.7 crore rupees in the year before. People usually say that most Indians are vegetarians, but this is not true. The Sample Registration System Baseline Survey 2014 revealed that 71% of the Indians over the age of 15 are non-vegetarian. This is the biggest fact behind Licious's growth. The Indian seafood industry is also considered one of the biggest globally, exporting a wide range of products. From India, seafood products are shipped to more than 100 countries. This is why online platforms have emerged to help people all around. Licious promised its consumers hygiene and quality. Licious is not without competition. Fresh to Home, Zaf Fresh, and Tender Cuts are some of its top competitors. Licious has significantly increased its footprints in 2020 and 2021. Licious used to operate in 14 different Indian cities, some of which were Bengaluru, Hyderabad, NCR, Mumbai, etc., which has now expanded to include 16 cities. Over the next year, Licious will try to expand to 10 plus Indian cities. A global expansion is also on the cards in near future. If you found this video interesting or helpful, please hit the like button and share it with all your contacts so it reaches a wider audience and will give me motivation to make more such videos. Also comment down below if you have any suggestions for any topic or any positive criticism regarding the content or the technical aspects of the video. Thank you for your time. We'll meet you in the next video. Bye bye.